The champions are up and running over in Serie A. Of course, that's Napoli. Get their fantastic start off to a perfect bang. That's right. Can, of course, they keep up the heat at the tip of the top of the table, heading into match number 2? We're going to take a little look next. Today we take a look at match number 2 over in Italy. That's right. As of course Napoli try to make it 2 for 2. Well, they do it. We'll take a little look in a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been? Smash your subscribe button. All things Rovers related, Serie A related, whoa, football related. We can all hear boys under one Ruski. Also, off to a flying start in both Milan sides, AC and Inter, Atalanta, Fiorentina, and Juventus, and a couple of others. Of course, we'll have a look in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. But anyway, let's get into it and have a look at what we're talking about. Of course, we are talking about Serie A, and we're talking about match day number 2. We'll get to that shortly, but this, of course, is the results for match day number 1. I'm looking for Roma here. Where are Roma? Blind as a bat. Oh, gosh, shambles. Okay, so let's get into it. My boys are not in here anymore. Sampdoria relegated last season, but Hellas Verona 1-0 win for them over Empoli. I went with a draw myself. Napoli 3-1 win over Frosinone. I went with a 2-0 win myself. Fiorentina 4-1 win for them over Genoa. 1-0 win in my eyes. Inter 2-0 win over Monza. 3-0 win for me. Roma 2-2 draw against Salernitana. Shocker Rooney there. Sassuolo did lose to Atalanta. 2-0 win for them. I went with a draw myself. Lazio also stumbled, 2-1 loss to Lecce, big win for them, of course. Juventus 3-0 win over Udinese. I went with a 2-1 win myself. Torino could only muster a draw against Cagliari, and AC Milan 2-0 win over Bologna, of course, over in match number 1. This is what the table looks right here, right now. Of course, a couple of little stuttered starts, maybe from Roma and Lazio, perhaps. But most of the big boys got themselves up and running. How about you guys over in the Super Brew? That's right, we are live with the Super Brew. Let's have a little look at how you guys got on. Don't look at this one too much. That's the German one. We're going to jump in and have a look at the Italian one right here, right now, of course. So let's jump in there in the vortex and have a little look. I'm pretty woeful, guys. I'm not gonna admit it. It is early days though, but Shepherd flexing his prediction muscles across the world right now. Even Hussein up there with 14 points. Russell's up there, the beast, 37 doing very, very well, and a Mexican sniper in the mix as well. Mo doing business as well. Ultra Murat, of course. Then rolling down there to me. I'm down here. Not great, but it's early days, guys. 29 of us are in the mix so far. You can still get involved. It's going to be a competition to the bitter end. And it is only match day number 1, so let's not read too much into it, guys and gals. We'll read into it when I'm leading, and then we'll take it seriously. But until then, it's only for fun. But anyway, we are looking forward to the next game. Of course, match day number 2, and of course some zingers in here to see if we can get ourselves some cheeky results. That's right. So let's get into the deep end and have a look at the first one. Coming at your blocks here is Frosinone. They're taking on Atalanta. That's coming out on Saturday, August the 26th. Of course, these two sides have played each other 6 times in 2010. 4 was Atalanta, nothing for Frosinone, and 2 draws, of course. Frosinone haven't even scored a goal in any of the 6 games against Atalanta. That's woeful. Up against Atalanta's biggest win for them, 5-0 win, scored 12 goals, of course, averaging around about 2 goals a game. Their record in the last 6 games, 75% form for them right now. Was just 1 defeated past 6. Frosinone just 1 defeated past 6, also 67% form for them. But of course, they've started with the defeat. Last time around, though, in the Stadio Bento Strippe, it was a 5-0 win for Atalanta way back in January 2029. In fact, like I said, they have not conceded a goal against Frosinone. There has been a couple of draws though, so we'll give them a little bit of hope there. Atalanta opened up with a 2-0 win over Sassuolo. Frosinone did lose to the champions, of course, but the odds here 50-4 is your Frosinone, 11-8 on is your Atalanta, 11-4 is the draw. We are backing the hosts to lose this one. 1-0 win for Atalanta, 3 points in the bag, and again Frosinone yet to score past Atalanta. Next up we have Monza up against Empoli. That's also on Saturday, August the 26th. These two sides have played each other 8 times since 1999, 2 wins for Monza, 4 for Empoli, and we've got a couple of draws as well at the Stadio Briantino. Monza, 2-1 win, their biggest, of course, 7 goals scored in those 8 games, 0.88 goals a game ratio, up against Empoli, of course, their biggest win, 4-2 win, scoring 10 goals in those 8 games, 1.25 goals a game ratio. Not great form at the moment for Empoli, 1 win in the last 6, up against Monza, 3 defeats on the spin, 50% form for them at the moment as well. Last time around, though, in Monza, it was a 2-1 win for Monza back in March 2023. Of course, Monza opened up with a 2-0 loss to Inter. Empoli with a 1-0 loss to Hellas Verona. The odds, though, for this game, we have Monza 11-10 on for the victory, 13-5 is the draw, 14-5 is your away win here. We're back in the host, 2-1 win for over Empoli, 3 points in the can, and again, moving the chains. Next up, we have Verona up against Roma. Of course, that match is also on Saturday, August 26th. Now, these two sides have played 24 times in 1996, 3 wins for Verona, 50 wins for Roma, and we've got 6 draws, of course. Verona, biggest win for them, 3-0 win, scored 29 goals in those 24 games, 1.21 goals game ratio. Up against, of course, Roma, 3-0 win, the biggest, 52 goals scored in those 24 games, 2.17 goals game ratio. Roma, not the greatest start thus far, 67% form for them heading into this, just one defeat though in the past 6. Up against Verona, of course, 67% form for them, 4 wins in the last 6 games, and they opened up with a win as well. Last time around, though, over in Verona, was a 3-1 win for Roma back in October 2022. Verona 1-0 win over Empoli most recently. Of course, Roma with that stuttered 2-2 draw at home against Salernitana. The odds, though, for this, 60-5 is Verona, 11-10 on is Roma, and 12-5 is the draw. 1-0 win for me, back in Mourinho's boys. They've got to get Champions League this season, you would imagine, one way or another. Next up, we have AC Milan against Torino. That's also on Saturday, August the 26th. These two sides have played 44 times since 1983. 22 wins for Milan, 5 wins for Torino, and we've got 17 draws. The biggest win for AC Milan, 7-0 win, scoring 77 goals in those 44 games, 1.75 goals game ratio, up against Torino. Of course, their biggest win, 2-0 win for them, 36 goals scored in those 44 games with 0.82 goals game ratio. They come into this on 67% form for them right now. Torino, just one defeat past 6. Milan, they're winning 3 on the bounce, 50% form for them over the last 6 as well. Last time around in Milan, it was a 1-0 win for AC. That was back in February 2023. Actually, these two sides played each other 3 times last season. Torino winning 2 of them, of course, and losing the 1. And the 1 was most recently in the Giuseppe Meazza. That's right. Of course, Torino with a 0-0 draw against Cagliari. Of course, Milan with a 1-0 win over a 2-0 win over Bologna. The odds here, 20-11 on is your AC Milan, 3-1 is the draw, and 5-1 is the away win here. 2-0 win for Milan on this one, 3 points in the bag, and a move in the chains, guys. Next up, Fiorentina up against Lecce. That's rolling into Sunday, August the 27th. Now, these two sides played each other 22 times since 1997. We've got 9 wins for Fiorentina, 6 for Lecce, 7 draws, of course. Fiorentina, though, just 1 defeat at about 6, 75% form for them right now. Up against Lecce, 67% form for them, winning 4 of the last 5. But their record against Fiorentina is 6 wins out of 22, 7 draws as well. The biggest win, 4-1 win, scoring 20 goals in those 22 games, 0.91 goals game ratio. Up against Fiorentina, who actually picked up 9 wins. 5-0 win was their highest. 33 goals scored in the 22 games. 1.50 goals a game ratio. Fiorentina, though, haven't lost any of the last 7 home matches, so their home form is pretty insane, of course, including a 1-0 win last round over Lecce back in March 2023. Lecce opened up with a 2-1 win over Lazio. Fiorentina, big 4-1 win over Genoa. So both sides come into this rocking in an opening day victory. The odds here, 7-4 is your Fiorentina, 7-4 on, 19-4 is the away win, and 3-1 is the draw here. We're back in the host here to go comfortably, 3-1 win. I think they could be contenders once again for those European spots over in Serie A. Next up, we go Juventus up against Bologna, coming at you on Sunday, August the 27th. Now, these two sides have played each other 50 times in 6. We've got 37 wins for Juventus. We've got 2 wins for Bologna, and we've got 11 draws, of course. Juventus coming at you right here, right now. 3-0 win was the biggest, of course, against Bologna, scoring 90 goals in the 50 games, 1.8 goals game ratio. Up against Bologna, 3-0 win the biggest, also 33 goals scored in the 50 games, 0.66 goals game ratio. They're coming to us on 58% form for them right now. Opening day defeat up against Juventus on 75% form for them, unbeaten in the last 5, and of course, an opening day victory, of course. Last time around, though, over at the Allianz Stadium, of course, 3-0 win it was for Juventus back in October 2022. They're unbeaten against Bologna over the last 6, picking up 4 wins and a couple of draws, and they also got a couple of got an opening day victory against Udinese most recently, with of course Bologna losing to Milan in the opening day. The odds right here right now, 2-1 on is Juventus, 3-1 is the draw, 11-2 is your away win. We're back in, of course, Juve here, 3-0 win, the old lady, and of course 3 points in the bag. Next up, we have Lazio up against Genoa. Of course, Lazio needed a bounce back and fast. Played each other 36 times in 93. 18 wins for Sarri Ball, of course. 12 wins for Genoa, and we got 6 draws, of course. Lazio, biggest win for them over, of course, Genoa. 4-0 win, scoring 68 goals in the 36 games. 1.89 goals game ratio. Up against Genoa, 4-1 win for them as their biggest. 47 goals scored in those 36 games. 1.31 goals game ratio, of course. At the Stadio Olimpico, that's right. Lazio, 50% form for them right now. 3 defeats on the spin. Up against Genoa, of course, 50% form for them as well. Opening day losses for both of these two sides. Last time around, around at Rome, in Rome. 3-1 win it was for Lazio back in December 2021. Lazio with a 2-1 loss against Lecce. Of course, Genoa with a 4-1 loss to Fiorentina. Of course, the odds right here right now. We've got Lazio 7-4 on for the victory, 3-1 as a draw, and 5-1 as your long shots, which of course is Genoa. Do you know what I mean? 2-0 win for me for Lazio, taking it to the house. Let's go into the next one. Is Napoli, the champions, up against Sassuolo. That's coming out August the 27th, which is a Sunday, over at the Stadio Diego Maradona Stadium. Of course, played each other 21 times in 2003. 12 wins for Napoli. We've got 2 wins for Sassuolo, and we've got 7 draws right here, right now. Biggest win for Napoli, 6-1 win, scoring 43 goals in those 21 games, 2.05 goals game ratio. Up against Sassuolo, biggest win for them, 2-0 win, scoring 19 goals in those 21 games, 0.90 goals game ratio, of course. Sassuolo coming to us on 42% form for them over the last 6, but they opened it up with a defeat. Up against Napoli, of course, 83% form for them. Of course, opening day victory for them, and they haven't lost any of the last 10 games, both home and away. Last time around, though, over at the in Naples, was a 4-0 win for Napoli back in October 2022. They've actually won 3 in the bounce against Sassuolo and just conceded the 1 goal as well. Sassuolo opened up with a loss against Atalanta, of course, Napoli with a big 3-1 away day win over Frosinone. The odds here, 23 on is your Napoli, 19-4 is the draw, and 70-2 is your away win here. Going to go with a 3-0 win for Napoli, of course, making it back-to-back wins. Next up, we have Salernitana against Udinese. That's right, coming out on Monday, August the 28th. Played each other 6 times since 1998. We've got 3 wins to Udinese, we've got 2 wins to Salernitana, and we've got 1 draw, of course. Salernitana, 3-2 win, the biggest over the last 6 games, 5 goals scored, and 0.83 goals game ratio. Up against Udinese, 4-0 win, their biggest over Salernitana, 10 goals scored in the 6 games, 1.67 goals game ratio. Of course, they come into this from an opening day defeat, 67% form for them over the last 6. Up against Salernitana, unbeaten in the last 6, of course, opening up with a draw against Roma. In fact, Salernitana have not lost any of the last 10 home matches heading into this. Of course, last time around, 3-2 win it was for Salernitana back in May 2023. Of course, a 2-2 draw with Roma, most recently Udinese with a 3-0 loss to Juventus. The odds right here, right now, we've got 90-10 is your Salernitana, 29-20 is your Udinese, 11-5 is draw. Looks like the bookies cannot decide. I've given it to Udinese, but I'm thinking about changing my mind and going the other way. And I think wrapping up, it is Cagliari, it is Internazionale, it's also on Monday. Where are you? There we are. Of course, Monday, August the 28th. Now, these two sides have played each other 50 times in 1993, 7 wins for Cagliari, 28 wins for Inter, and what 15 draws, of course. 4-1 win, the biggest 4. Claudio Ranieri's Cagliari, 54 goals scored in those 50 games, 1.08 goals game ratio. Up against Inter, 4-0 win for them, biggest, of course, 101 goals scored in those 50 games, 2.02 goals game ratio, of course. 75% form for Inter right now, winning 4 in the bounce. Up against Cagliari, who are unbeaten in the last 6, 83% form for them heading into this. Last time around, they're over in Cagliari at the Unipol Dumas. It was a 3-1 win for Inter back in May 2022. Inter, though, 2-0 win for them over Monza most recently. Cagliari with a 0-0 draw on the road to Torino. The odds right here, right now, we're looking at this one, 6-1 is your Cagliari, 29 on is your Inter, and of course 10-3 is the draw. We are backing, unfortunately, Internazionale with a 2-0 win to take it to the house. And I think that's it, guys. There it is in all its glory. Make sure you take a snapshot of those picks and, of course, get your own in the Super Brew to see if you can outpredict me, the prediction king. That's right. That is the link right here, right now. Of course, cut.ly/ whatever that is, ZWFBF06L. Get in amongst it. And of course, this is what I would think the table will look like at the end of it. Juventus top the table, Fiorentina, then Napoli, and AC Milan with Inter and Atalanta 2 for 2. Going down, Bologna, Sassuolo, and Genoa. All on 0 points, with a couple of others joining them for good measure. That, my friends, I believe is just about it. So be sure to give it some loving, of course, and get your picks in for next time. But until then, guys, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the little bell, and of course, I'll catch you back for match number 3 over in Italy very, very soon. But until then, we're done.